So this is my wish list for the new Gears of War. Now this is going to be exclusive to PS4. There was rumors and some speculation about it coming to the PS4, but those rumors have been debunked. So with the new game and a new studio, Black Tusk Studios, comes a whole lot of possibilities for things to go right and for things to go wrong, essentially. So I'm just going to break down what I think is crucial for Black Tusk to perform well, and what can happen if they don't perform things well. So essentially, where we last left off with Judgment, left Epic and the Gears of War franchise in a juggle state, essentially with their fans and newcomers alike. The game seemed to not know who it was marketing to, whether it was the hardcore fans or casual gamers that kind of wanted to get in on the Gears of War scene. And considering they tried to juggle both of them, it kind of ended up being a hindrance to both sides of the scale. So what Black Tusk needs to do with this new Gears of War is it needs to bring back the hardcore gamers, including myself. The veterans of Gears of War have been playing since 06, 07, 08, rather than the people that have just started playing and don't know what the hell they're doing, spamming grenades, using retros, all that shit. So essentially, Black Tusk needs to regain the trust of their fans, and there's a few ways that they can do that. Essentially, the first way is to get rid of all the standard-ass game types that they had, with the domination game type being extremely weak, the team deathmatch being kind of weak as well. The free-for-all was kind of weak. What they need to do is they need to not only bring back some of those squad-based game types, more specifically Wingman, which was an extremely good one that really brought out what Gears of War is supposed to mean. It's a co-op game. It relies mostly on trust, and an example of that is if you had a shitty teammate in Wingman in Gears of War 3, you were not going to win. It was like almost certain, unless you were God or something. But that just right there shows the game mode's hardcoreness, essentially. So they need to bring back stuff like that really, relies on teamwork and squad-based activities and stuff, and relies on, cover fire and all that stuff, and the hardcore, because they've tried catering to the new guys and it didn't work. So they need to bring back Wingman, that's for damn sure. What they also need to do is put more focus on execution and Warzone rather than the TDM standard game type, because it gives originality to Gears of War. Every game has TDM, man. Like, there's no reason to have it in a game that's so distinct, both visually and the way it controls and the way people approach the game. It's such a hardcore game. It has such a hard learning curve that there's almost no point in having a TDM. It's something that's so monotonous and so standard in a game that isn't standard. Also, what they need to bring back is the 4-weapon wheel. Rather than switching between 2 weapons, they really need to bring back the weapon wheel. I know they did a later patch where you could have 2 weapons, but initially in Gears of War Judgment it was only a primary and a pistol, and that was bullshit. They need to bring back the weapon wheel. They need to do all that stuff. Starting out with frags really sucks, because once you have start frags, then a bunch of noobs can just spam them, right? So once they spam all the grenades, then it just gets feeling cheap for everyone else. You know what I mean? So essentially, that's kind of how what they need to do. As far as campaign goes, the campaign in Judgment was extremely weak. Feeling more of an arcade shooter rather than a storyline focused one. It wasn't anything didn't stick in anyone's mind whatsoever. I don't even really remember playing it. It was kind of like being in a coma. It was pretty dumb, I'll admit. So that was basically that. What they need to do now is bring back the storyline, the emotional set pieces that made Gears of War what it is. And that's how they're going to win back the trust of the fans. Also having, you know, daily challenges like they did in Gears 3 help push forward the fact that people are going to stay on that game longer. The re-up system was a great addition, kept me playing a hell of a lot longer than I would have initially. They need to bring back. I don't like the microtransaction part of the Gears of War 3 in Judgment. I really think that that played a large part, and it's kind of a piss off because there isn't really much to show for your skill other than your level. And I feel like there should be more of a portion of the armor. I really like the armor skins, but there should be a more portion of those in the weapon skins that should be unlockable via real things in the game rather than external purposes like money and all that shit. So they need to do a lot of that. Microtransactions are fine. It's another little DLC to get your money back, but they got to be equal. Like, you can't have like one skin unlockable and then 20 others that are microtransaction. It feels unbalanced, and then it feels like that it's not even worth it. Because why would you wear a weapon skin that anybody can buy? That's how I see it anyway. I never do microtransactions because it doesn't show that you're good. It just shows that you were willing to spend 49 cents on some fucking skin. So anyway, that's as far as that goes. Horde needs to be brought back. The standard Horde, the Gears of War 3, the level tier system. You know, the tower defense mechanics were really well done in Gears 3. Overrun wasn't the greatest, but it can return if it wants. It didn't have really much of an effect on the hardcore players, but it can return if it wants. I could do without it, but whatever. Horde mode definitely needs to come back though with the tower defense system, because that was extremely good. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and, you know, put in the comments what you thought, what you think should be included and not included. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So take it easy, have a good one. It's been about a year, so I hope you guys miss me. Take it easy, bye.